Today, I will be seeing the story of Sindbad the Sailor. So, once upon a time, there were two cranes who were talking to each other. One crane had started the conversation and said that the sea is so boring. I don't know what to do in the sea. No one does any type of adventures in it. I am just bored with it. Then the second crane replies that, "What are you talking about? Don't you know about the great adventures of the sea?" Then the first crane shows sarcasm and says, "Oh, the adventures of the seas? What type of adventures do you mean?" Then the crane says that, "Don't you know about the story of Sindbad the Sailor?" Then the crane said that, "I didn't even hear of him. Who is he?" Then the crane took the other crane to a magical pot, and showed a story. Sinbad was a small sailor in a city. Um, he was very foolish, and he had spent all his father's earnings for him and his family, in a very small amount of time, and he had many properties. But now he had to earn more money to keep those properties with him, because he can't afford those now. So he decided to earn some money and decided to travel to another market. He prepared boats with the money with the money which he had, and decided to start the journey. He took the help of some of his men, and all of them together went to the all of them together decided to travel across the sea and reach the travel which they wanted to go to. So they started their journey, and after some time they were in the middle of nowhere. Sinbad, in the first, he really enjoyed the sea and its cool breeze. But after some time, he was rid of it. He was very tired of it, and he was sick of it. Now he misses land so much that he wants to jump out of the boat, and wants to sleep on land. But there is no land right there, or near the boat. So he was really expecting to see island. Even all of this is same even with this men. All of them were really and hardly expecting for a land to come over so that they could go on there and cook the food which they need to eat. Soon they found a small island. Everyone was very excited, and they took the boat there, and they started to cook their food. While Sinbad was very astonished by the beauty of the forest, he noticed that the land is not straight; it is a bit curved, and he thought that something is wrong. Why is the land so curved? Then all of a sudden, the land of the forest, it started to move, and everyone was in awe. They didn't know what happened. Then soon they realized that the thing on which they were standing is in fact not an island; it is a whale indeed. Then they were very scared, as they knew that it was a whale who was sleeping here for many centuries, that a forest grew on him. Um, they grew so much fear, and they ran out of the forest, or the back of the whale, and they reached their ship, and they went away from there. Um, while Sinbad was while Sinbad was actually stuck in there. Um, by the time he reached the ship, he was very sad to know that even the ship collapsed, and he lost all of his men. Oh, the only person who was to escape from there was Sinbad, and some people have escaped before him by the boat. And as part of the boat collapsed, some people have drowned here itself and died. But all among these people who were left here, Sinbad was the only one to escape. He drowned in the ocean, and the ocean currents pushed him far away to an island. He reached this island, and he met some guards. He told everything which happened, but the guards did not believe him at the first. But Sinbad was trying to convince them really hard, and at last they believed him. Now they brought him to the king, and he told every little thing to the king. And the king thought that, "Oh, you must be a really hard worker, and I will give you a job here." Then, as Sinbad is a sailor and a merchant, the king gave him the job of keeping the record of all the goods which come across this seaport of that kingdom. Sinbad was really happy, as he has a means now by which he could show his gratitude and his gratefulness. So while he was working, he felt very happy that he was helping them. But after some time, he got really tired and sick of it. So now he used to waste most of his time enjoying the beauty of the ocean. One day, while he was keeping the records, he noticed the name Sindbad coming in one of the papers. He was very confused and did not know what's happening. And when he, to- and when he spoke with the owner of the goods, who is actually one of the men of Sinbad, who was with him actually when they were on a whale. But the man or the owner this time, during the past time, he ran away from the whale, and he was fortunate enough that he escaped by the boat. But Sinbad was not fortunate, and he drowned and reached this island. So Sinbad told that, I am Sinbad, you should believe me. I know that we have been stuck on a whale and you escaped, but I did not manage to do so. So I have been pushed by the ocean currents to this place. Then, as Sinbad was really convincing with all the facts, the man believed him and said, Oh Sinbad, it is really you, aren't you? Please come back to home. I want you. I want your family, and even I want, and even your family, and even I want to go back to your home. Please. So Sinbad went to the king and asked for permission to leave for his home with the boat of his men. The king said, Yes, of course you can go. You have worked really hard here, and I won't let you down. When you go home, take this money. Believe this as a reward from me for your hard work and service for the kingdom. Sinbad took the money happily, and he was very grateful to the king, and he decided to show his gratitude someday by some means. But for now, he decided to go home and enjoy with his family. So he went home to his family, and he told about all the adventures which he had done. On the other hand, all of this was actually a story which the crane was saying to the crane. Now this crane, the crane actually believed that, oh yes, there are so many adventures happening among the seas, and I should know them all. Then the other crane said that, oh yes, you should know them all, and there are even more stories of the man in the bath. He is actually a very brave and adventurous sailor. But for now, this is all. So thank you.